Hello, and welcome back to Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. We're continuing on. I have a confession to make regarding this next area. I've seen it once. I played through it once. And my computer froze up during the final boss fight, and that footage was corrupted. So, I reloaded the game, and I was able to play the final boss fight, but I really was mad that I couldn't show you guys this area. So I replayed through the whole game, get back to here. And on the way, I got the 2 runes that I missed. Apparently you don't have to get all of them again when you play back through the game. I only had to get the 2 to finish the wheel. And they were pretty obvious. Not gonna lie, they were like blatantly out in the open. I walked right past them. Brilliant. Anyway, so I kind of know what's coming, but I want to show it to you. And yeah, I noticed some things while I was playing through the game again. Let me get my notey notes. Some things that I noticed, right, are that up until this fight, the fight previous to this with Garm, Senua was basically forced to die to every boss at least once. Prior to that, she died to the fire that Surtur spit through the gate as she ran through it. She died to the Valravan, and he was eating her. She died on the Hela bridge, and your very first encounter with the Northmen, you're forced to die. I found this very interesting. I don't fully know what to make of it yet. I did start classes and stuff again, so I haven't had a lot of time to focus on this. There are some characters that I feel like I left out as well. There are 3 that I feel like I left out that are important to this. 1 is the Northman, 2 is Hela, and 3 isn't a person at all. It's the sword. The Northmen are the only thing that I really noticed about the Northmen that really kind of made sense when I noticed another thing, which I'll talk about next, was that they are shattered images of themselves at times, and you have to focus her mind in order to repair their images and be able to defeat them. And you see the same thing with bridges and staircases all throughout the game. These important means of passage to segments of Senua's mind are shattered. And I think Senua is the one who shattered them because she's trying to trap Hela. And you don't run into Hela until you get past a lot of these shattered bridges and repair them. So I think that is along the same line as those Northmen, being that these are memories that she was trying to get rid of. She was trying to just push them away, trying to sever the bridges that lead to these memories, trying to get rid of the memories themselves, and she just can't do it. As far as Hela goes, there was a line which I believe her father says, where he calls Hela the source of the darkness, and he speaks very sternly to Senua. This is when Senua gets thrown off the bridge. He speaks very sternly, urging her to fight. It's the only thing he ever wanted her to do, was fight Hela. And Hela, I think, is the representation of Senua's other personality. Is what I think. I think the dog boss may be a representation of another personality as well, although I'm on the fence with some things with that. And then there's her sword. At the start of the game, her sword is this junky looking thing, and it's not very strong. It doesn't kill enemies very fast, and it gets shattered the first time she sees Hela. The very first time Senua sees Hela, the sword gets shattered. And I think this sword represents Senua's confidence, her self-worth. And then Dillion came and he gave her the sword by boosting her up, giving her confidence, giving her faith in herself, that she is not a monster. But that sword shattered the very first time she runs into Hela, and then she finds her own sword during the trials, and rebuilds her confidence by facing some of her darkest memories. And there's something with the sword and Hela that I want to point out that I noticed when I played through this next section, but I won't mention it right now. So yeah, those are just some things that I noticed when I played through again. I'm toying with the idea that all of the bosses may be alternate personalities now. But I do not think Cert and the Valraven are alternate personalities. I think they are more mental blocks that she put in place to keep herself from going back to these memories. Is more what I'm leaning toward, because they don't seem to be associated with any sort of personality. The Garm does. He seems to be very associated with the memory of the mother and the voice of the father. Although I think the dog is also just another mental block that Senua put in place to keep her from reliving the memory of her mother. Because it isn't until she defeats that boss that she can see the memory of the mother, and which we're going to see here soon. And during the boss fight, you are seeing flashes, and all throughout that area you're seeing flashes of the mother. Originally, I thought she had put the voice of the father onto the dog in order to defeat the father and bring him under control, but I don't think so anymore. After playing through the game a second time, I've gained some new insights, I think. But anyway, we have a new area. And that bridge was a pain in the butt to get across. Like,
Mother,
okay.
I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hela's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see. I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillion. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
After getting past all of the mental barriers that she put up and facing all of her memories, she's finally letting go of her past, it would seem. I'm fairly certain this is all in her mind. I don't think she's dead anymore, either. But then again, I have seen the ending, so there's that. So there's a path we can take, but out here, this bridge.
She can see it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken.
She has to fix it.
It's too dangerous.
She's done it before.
She can't fix it.
She's done it before.
She can. She can. She'll do it again.
How can she fix it?
How will she do it? There must
Yet
be
another
a
broken bridge.
She'll never make it.
And this is a theme that you see all through the game, is these broken bridges and broken staircases, which you can't proceed any further into Senua's mind without. And I'm fairly confident that Senua destroyed these bridges herself.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then, mankind will turn on itself. Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
This one, I think I can do right here. Yeah. Just had to move a little bit. Alright. This bridge is a pain. It's a huge difficulty spike on this bridge. And it's not even... I did not have fun playing this bridge when my computer froze up. Did I mention that my computer froze up while I was recording that? I don't know. But the game like broke and the computer froze and I had to turn it off and then that corrupted the footage. But her sword, another thing with her sword, is her old sword didn't glow when she parried. And these parries are like these moments that probably boost your confidence greatly. Come on, get out, stupid camera. Move! Was he saying Senua? Oh my god, I shouldn't have tried to parry that. That's a hard one to parry. Get up!
She won't make it.
I should have comboed him. Oh! I can't see anything!
Behind you! Focus now! Look behind! Take him down! Take him down now!
But you see how they're broken? How they're like partially in pieces? And it's strange how that now I can parry the ghost forms. Like, this is one thing that I don't know what to make about with the sword, because it doesn't fit with my idea of it being her confidence. And it is that if I parry the ghost forms, they reassemble and I can then attack them. The glow of the sword, I could say, would be a huge, just the confidence boost gained from, you know, parrying a strike that maybe she didn't think she could parry, but as far as it reassembling them, I don't know.
She cannot bargain with Hela. She's not strong enough to kill Hela.
What does Hela want?
No one can bargain with Hela.
What does Hela want? What can she give her? If she could give her her own soul. No.
Soul's rotting.
She'd rather die.
It's a worthless soul. But it's all she has to give.
She has a warrior soul. What more could she give? A cursed soul.
Of course she is, no matter what she does.
Did I get this one?
Climbing up her arm.
Yeah, I got this one.
She can fight her. She can fight her at Ragnarok.
She's a warrior.
She's a warrior.
Hela will want to fight her. Strong.
So,
It is valuable.
the difficulty spike on the bridge, I wasn't happy with it.
She can
Because it's not like they just made the enemies faster, or just made... You guys done talking yet?
His soul back.
She's so close to saving Dillian.
She can do it. She just has to be prepared to fight for it.
Few have come this far.
She can finally put him to rest.
What if she falls at the final hurdle?
She won't.
Then Hela will take both their souls.
She will defeat Hela. It's all for nothing.
If she doesn't save Dillian, his soul will be eternally damned.
I can see it.
The bridge.
She can't cross the bridge. It's broken.
She has to fix it.
It's too dangerous.
She's done it before. You have to fight her.
She can't.
The final battle.
Get his soul back.
It's the final task.
Yes, it is.
She'll never make it.
This isn't just a broken bridge, is it?
No.
Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
That might give some insight into why the bridges are broken. Perhaps every time she looks away in fear of those memories, the bridge breaks a little more. I'm gonna go up. But the bridge here is a huge difficulty spike in the game, and it's not even a fun difficulty spike. I didn't enjoy this bridge at all. I felt it was a very gimmicky fight in the way that they did it, because it's like, we're gonna make it harder. How do we make it harder? We'll put in more enemies, but we're gonna spawn them in behind you where they hit you immediately when they spawn in. Like, it was so stupid.
She can do it.
She can do it.
She can still see the secrets
Of the gods.
She can think differently. So special.
You can do it.
Isn't there another rune stone around
She
here?
has the sight.
I think there might be one down by the door. Hold on, we're gonna check.
The Northmen say the gods will fight their last battle at Ragnarok. Their watchmen will blow the horn that can be heard through the whole world. And Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The land of the giants will thunder with the sound of their army on the move. The gods will assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
And then what? I can't go through there. What is through there? Is that's the bridge I got thrown off of by Hela? So I'm toying with the idea of Hela being oh, I forgot. I have to go down there. With Hela being Senua's like other personality. And that would be why she blacks out and wakes up in weird places and stuff like that. Is because her other personality has control, and those aren't her memories, those are the memories of her other personality.
She must unlock herself. She can do it.
There's the door.
I thought that was so cool the first time.
Hides herself.
I projected a door on a wall, guys. Like, those bits and pieces were floating in the air. But I'm not 100% sure on the Hela idea. I'm not 100% sure on really any of the ideas. Hopefully watching the end again, because I kind of was pissed the first time I saw it. Because I didn't get to record this area. So hopefully when we watch it again, I will have a clearer mind.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash. Trolls will walk the land. Men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
And then the fun begins. So, with the idea that these are mental blocks, like Surt the Valravan and Garm. Each one, like after certain Valravan, everything seems to be tied to an individual memory. The only thing is that Cert and the Valravan don't seem to have a memory tied to them. And I think these are just base fears. That they may represent base fears that Senua has, like she's afraid of getting, you know, she's afraid of getting burned to death, is one. It's a legit fear. And then it seems she may be afraid of either ravens or the forest. One of the two. I think I have to go around here. I think their base fears is what they represent, but I also think they are mental blocks that were put in place by Senua to try and keep her alternate personality from taking control, as well as to keep Senua from certain memories, certain very painful memories. I don't know, let me know what you think about that idea. I'm curious. So far, I think I'm on the right track with it. I think we have to fight some dudes in here, don't we? I don't know. Oh, right here, we're gonna have to fight. Look at this. Yeah, this is a fight. This is a fight and a half. Ah. I am not dodging. I am stuck. Oh my god, that hit me.
Get up quick.
I'm dead. I got stuck in a corner there between a brazier or a table and the door. Or something. What did I get stuck on? I need to see what I got stuck on. Was I just behind the door? Or no, I was stuck behind that pillar, I bet. I bet you that's what it was. Ah.
Focus. It's the only way. Focus.
No.
Finish this. End it now. They've surrounded you. You're stronger than them. Get them. Focus. You can do this. Focus.
Alright, we'll focus. Get up. Oh my god. Instantly another swing. Get up.
Finish this. It's not over. It's not over. She's ready. You are a capable warrior. Remember your training. Focus. Focus now.
No need.
You finished it.
Whew, I almost died on that one too. Alright. Let's fix this bridge. Is that it? Is it the whole bridge? I think it is. We need to go up, though. There's another rune stone. Tell me the tale, Truth. Are you not gonna speak? He's not gonna speak. Well, okay. So there's like a huge battle that takes place. Odin dies, he gets eaten by the wolf. One of Loki's children, I believe. And Thor fights the great serpent. Accomplishes nothing, and one of Odin's sons avenges him by slaying the wolf with a spear. And the whole moral of the story, I think, if I remember what Druth said, was that even gods can die. You shouldn't be afraid of death either. Where am I? Oh, I'm at the bridge. Alright, this part sucks. This part was not fun. Not fun at all. I also just thought of the mirror. You have to look into yourself in order to see the phantom enemies. She has to look into herself. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's been right in front of us the whole time. Nice one! Good one, Senua.
Find a good position. Let them surround you.
Oh yeah, buddy. Ow. Oh no. Get out, 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 get out. See, they just spawn them right behind you and they just insta hit you. Oh my god. If I didn't get hit in the back of the head with a fucking club.
She's injured. She can still do it. She should focus. It's Billy. He's down. Finish it. Finish it. Strike him.
I'm waiting for the big boy. Ah! See, they're just spawning behind me.
Focus! Focus now!
Really? Oh my god, they're all bunched up too.
Go! Right ahead! Feel their blood!
Look how many.
Capable warrior. Remember your training.
Back up.
They're overwhelming. She's going to lose. You won.
I'm trying to use the heavy attacks to finish them off a little bit faster, but
We're winning.
You won. It's nearly over.
Finish it.
ah. I think more just spawned behind me.
Finished.
Do you hear? The call to Hela. I can sense her. She's getting closer. She's close. Wait. That's when she... She sacrifices herself. She sacrifices herself. Wait, it's dying. Senua, turn back. It's too dangerous.
Oh! Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out! Come on, just attack.
Runs the one in front of you. She's got her sword. Okay, you're going. Attack!
I can't move, I can't see.
Behind you!
Oh my god, this camera.
She's hurt. She's injured. Focus! It's the only way.
Oh, really? Of course, you spawn behind me. And I can't move. Move, you fucking stupid. Please die. That one almost hit. That one would have been death. Pretty sure.
Finish this. End it now.
Really?
He's gone.
Oh wow, I beat it on the first try. I wasn't expecting to do that. It took me like 5 tries to get across this bridge. The first time. Legit like 5 tries. Alright, so. There's a lot of talking in the background in that, with her voices, and they were saying things about how if she dies, we die, kind of stuff. Is what I picked up on. There's probably more that was said. But I'll have to watch it back to see what it was. But anyways, this was the bridge. This is the bridge that guards her deepest, darkest memory that she shattered. This memory that we've been repressing, and this is one thing which I watched back some of the videos while I was editing them, and this is the one thing that's going to make people say that this wasn't a legit first playthrough of this game. I think. It's because I called this. I called this memory a long time ago.
Wait,
What?
what happens when she dies?
What happens to us?
What happens to us?
We die too.
Do we die too?
We die too.
You do.
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Senua, stop.
Senua,
Turn back.
Stop. Stop her.
Why is she
I'm going. Stop.
Senua, stop. What happens to us? Stop her. Why would she stop to die? She won't stop.
I just thought of something. Every boss probably represents more than just a mental block.
I don't want to die.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
They're probably also fears.
I don't want to die. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
What is this thing? Is it a lens?
Please stop. You'll never come back if you go
Or is it her mind's eye?
Back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They are afraid. Like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
They certainly did.
Your soul and let go of the Senua of all.
She left all of her fear and doubt behind.
Hides your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
So right there, I think what we saw was the ghost Senua was her crippling fear and her doubt.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape. This is her hell.
This is her greatest, I guess, most powerful memory. That's what we're coming into. For personal hell. And I'll be right back. So that ghost version of Senua, which we left behind and it turned to ash, I think that is everything we have beaten thus far, right? We've gone in, we've faced her darkest memories, and we faced her darkest fears. And I think that right there was all of the fear and the guilt that Senua had placed on herself, not only by herself, the townspeople, her father, and others around her helped with that. But we're going into the final memory. Truth?
The man I was before truth.
This didn't happen last time.
Was a true coward, Senua.
How so?
I was well traveled. I spoke both their tongue and ours. So they took me as a slave. I thought I could help to broker peace. Or at least stay their hands from slaughter. But under torture, I did no such thing. I led them to the treasures and slaves they sought. But I wasn't the only one. Another came to the Northmen willingly, offering a bargain, a man in black from your lands. And he was offered safe passage for his treason. In the end, Senua, it isn't the gods that cause us so much suffering, but those closest to us.
That last line's very true. Whoa. Like eyelashes. Oh, that's Hela behind us, isn't it?
No. I'm here for Dillion.
That was weird. I need to watch that again. I want you to look at Hela when we get to her.
Turn away, Senua! Turn away, Senua!
Do you see it, Senua? Do you see the darkness? Faces fear and suffering. You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
It is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, Senua?
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her. You killed her. You are the darkness.
Look at Hela. Hela charged us the first time we ran into her. But this time, she's trying to keep us back.
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you.
You're a liar.
The darkness is inside you and it will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw the last dying gasp.
Our father is the darkness.
I won't let you kill me.
And, as he said, the father said... Oh, that was supposed to be a parry.
Behind you. Watch out.
Why is he going down so easy? Went for the wrong one there. I want that one. The one that can move around. Come on, you.
Behind you.
Ah. Oh my god! There's so many. I can't see where I am at all. Really? Oh my god, I pushed the button. It took away my focus. I want Big Boy to come. I need my focus back so I can wipe out the bunch. Good put down. Oh, I'm trying to move my camera so I can see if someone's behind me. I love how the music waits when you get close to death.
I can see through your darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
This is such a cool part. Senua is doing this.
Backwards to wallow in your miserable past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place.
That's all he has to say, I think.
I'm trying to save you from yourself. You said that it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen.
No, those are real.
You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed.
That was the lie.
They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion soul if the darkness is alive? How you saved him?
Daddy's soul patch is throwing me off.
He's here. I know he's here. Dillion, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
Valravan. Ah, I forgot about that attack. I tried to parry him. Really? Oh, Valravan. I can't, really? Ah. I'm hurt. I need my focus back. What? Ow. Oh man, I wasn't expecting the third swing. Did I?
Dillion!
I beat it.
Where is he? You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion is gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go now. I'm warning
Or what? What can he do to me that you haven't already? Fight me. Come on.
Look at Hela shrink before me.
Careful, Sen.
Oh, where did you come from?
Careful, Sen.
Ah!
you. You betrayed your own father. You betrayed the gods in search of Dillion, in search of love. Look where that's got you.
We're surrounded,
Let
Sen.
go of your battle. Let go of redemption. Let go of Dillion. Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
Oh, where did he come from? I need to get to Hela. I don't think I can target Hela.
Watch out.
Oh my god, the camera's killing me right now. No.
Don't have to fight anymore.
Wow, I couldn't move at all there. She's all cut up. Oh, the darkness too. It's all up in her head now. There comes Hela. The other person, the father. She has taken Senua's confidence again, if that is what the sword represents.
If you're alive, and there's no doubt, then you never took him from me, did you? And I can't save Dorian. Is that what you want me to believe? After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a lie, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know it. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release him. I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest.
He's accepted Dillion's death.
No power over me.
the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senua.
Her face.
Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
Oh my. Hela kind of has Senua's face as well. What is she saying?
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea.
Bye, Dillian. Senua.
Do not mourn the waves, the leaves, and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
They're back. So this is the real Senua. Oh, it's in her head. Game over, man.
Wait. What is it? It feels... It's different. It feels... Is it okay?
This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
All right.
My friend, go with her. This
Oh, and
will
Hela's...
be your story to witness. Goodbye.
So that ending, huh? That was crazy. I guess we'll start from where Druth popped up and told her about his time over with the Northmen, and how that a man in black arrived and gave them safe passage so that they could raid his town. Probably all to kill Dillion. Dillion was making Senua restless. He was giving her confidence, things that she had never had before. And she was rebelling against her father, and it reminds me of one of the lines, I don't remember where it was in the game, but the father said, "You rebelled against the gods, you went against me," equating himself to her god. I imagine that pissed him off greatly, that Senua rebelled against him, and so he set out to get Dillion killed. So not only did he kill Senua's mother, he killed Dillion, he killed her beloved. And Senua knew it. Because these are all memories and things she had experienced, and while she was in the wilds, I'm guessing is when she found Druth. And Druth told her about that, and she knew it was her father, and when she returned to the village, he was gone. I don't know if she returned to the village from the wilds before or after Dillion died. It's kind of hard to say. I'm gonna have to watch through some stuff to figure that out. But then she faces Hela, and Hela, in the first time we run into Hela, she charges across the bridge and throws us off the bridge, shattering our sword and defeating us, right? It was her father constantly putting her down, throwing her back into that pit, putting her back in the dark, leaving her there with only her mind and her thoughts. And then when we fight Hela tries to keep us back. She's constantly destroying the bridges now. Instead of Senua destroying the bridges, it's Hela destroying the bridges. It's this other personality, which is her father, destroying the bridges. Because it knows that Senua's come to deal with it, right? And it doesn't want that. It wants to maintain control over Senua. So it shatters the bridges and throws memory after memory at her, right? All the things that... it throws the Northmen at her. And then you move a little further and it throws Garm, which guarded the memory of her mother, and it throws Surt and Valravan at her, which guarded the memories of the plague, the raid, the townspeople rejecting her and calling her a monster, the death of Dillion, when she first met Dillion, that was a repressed memory. And like, so she faces it, and she speaks to it in two different ways. She speaks to Hela in two different ways during that last sequence. She speaks to Hela as her father first, then she speaks to Hela as Hela, and then she speaks to Hela again as her father. And it's this struggle that she's having with accepting that Dillion is dead. It's what I think that is. It's what that's evidence of. Because when she first speaks to Hela as her father, I forget what was said, but when she first speaks to Hela as her father, she kind of... She comes to the idea of, this means that Dillion will never be returned to me. And then she goes back, she backtracks, and she goes to speaking to it as Hela, begging for it to revive Dillion, begging for Hela to bring Dillion back. And she realizes this is foolish. This is the same thing I did with all these other memories. Doing it again. And she goes back, she takes a stand, she stands up to Hela and tells Hela, "You have no power over me. You're nothing anymore. leave me, right? And she accepts the death of Dillion. She accepts what her father did, despite how wrong it was, what he did to her mother, everything. Puts it all behind her. And then Hela stabs her. And there's the whole thing with accepting death, right? And Hela seems to be a representation of the fear of death, permanence of it. Just like I'm pretty sure all the other bosses represent another kind of fear. Like I'm fairly certain Serta represents fear of fire because she watched her mother burn to death. I'm fairly certain that the Valravan is a fear of either the woods or ravens, or it's loneliness. You're in these woods all alone. And when she went into the woods, she was all alone. I'm not really sure what the Valravan is a fear of, but then you have Garm, which seems to be more than one fear. He's a fear of darkness, and the darkness is her father. So not only is she afraid of being locked back in that room that her father put her in and shut off in the dark, she's afraid of her father as well. What I take from Garm. And then Hela, the fear of death. Fear of permanence. The permanence of death, that she'll never get Dillion back. So Hela stabs her, leaves her there to die. And then, what does Hela do? Hela doesn't take control of her body and throw her off a cliff or something. She scoops, she picks up Dillion's head gently, whispers something to it that I couldn't figure out what she was saying. I couldn't read her lips. I tried. I'm not a lip reader though. I'm not good at it. I tried, but a little hard. It's a game. And just kind of carries him forward as she whispers, carries his head forward as she whispers to him and lets him go. But it wasn't Hela anymore. It was Senua having taken control over her own mind again. And when it goes back to the real world, which I think is where that last sequence took place, I think a section of the first part of the game is part in the real world and part in her mind, then only in her mind, and then back to the real world. Is how I think the game went. But once it goes back into the real world, and the camera lifts up from watching Dillion fall, we see that it was Senua who had carried the head and let Dillion go. It wasn't Hela. And that Senua now has control over that portion of her mind. And then in the background you can see Hela, the dead on the ground. All the fear, the shame, the guilt that was instilled in her by her father and her townspeople, dead on the ground, and she walks away from it and leaves it behind. I think it's a very triumphant ending for Senua, despite the fact that she still has the voices in her head. I think it's a very triumphant moment for her. She's gotten through, right? I would love to try and do a synopsis of the game right now, like tell you my take on like the whole story overall, but I can't remember it all, and I probably need better notes. My notes are pretty jumbled up from what I've taken. I try to take them while I'm playing, and it's hard. So I might do another video on that, but I don't know. That one's gonna take some time to put together. There's a lot throughout this game. Let me know what you think. Like, do you agree with me that the bosses all not only guard the memories and are like these mental barriers that were put in place to guard these memories and keep Senua from accessing them, but do you also think that they're representations of fears that Senua has? I think they're both. And what do you think about all the broken bridges and stairs? Do you think that I'm right on that as well? That's one thing that I really want to know about. And the sword. The sword is something I'm a little torn over. Well, the sword I would definitely say is a character in this game. Sword as a character. But I think all the broken bridges and stairs up until Garm, well, up until the last bridge that we crossed, the one that I didn't want to fight on, I think all of those were broken by Senua in attempts to repress all these memories. And that those last few bridges during the fight with Hela were broken by Hela and repaired by Senua. That's what I think. But yeah, what do you think of my explanation of the ending? Do you think I nailed it? Do you think I'm totally wrong? Do you think Hela won? You could argue that, and it would probably make sense. Because you could possibly argue that Hela defeated Senua in that moment, that Senua gave up, and Hela won, and that the other personality now has control of Senua's body and simply threw Dillion away. Sid had no need of him. You could argue that as well. Although I think the first explanation is probably the right one. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on the game, but I need to end this video. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I sincerely hope you enjoyed, because I loved playing through this game. It was such a good game. And if you want me to try and go through it and break it down, because it's something that I kind of am thinking I want to do, which means I'm probably going to do it, but if it's something you would want to see, let me know. That'll motivate me even more to do it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.